Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and today's reading is for the feminine energies for the month ahead. I have laid out a spread and let's go straight to the bottom of the deck. Ooh, brilliant. Six of Rods, victory. Wow. So you're winning at something. I wonder what you're winning at. Six of Rods is classically victory. It's also positive forward motion. So if you're not literally winning at something, you could now be moving into a much more positive energy where your life is going to flow a little bit better, I think, perhaps. There's been a slowing down or a stalling of the energy. And I think we're going to find a speeding up of the energy again this month, which is really good news. Actually, let's see what's underneath that. Oh, yes, definitely. Because underneath that, we've got the Knight of Rods. That's positive, fast-moving energy. So these cards are both cards of moving forward. If you've been feeling a little bit less than positive recently, then I think there's going to be a shift. And in a way, I sort of feel it might be like a switch being flicked, that you might have been feeling a bit gloomy and suddenly everything is starting to perk up for you. Well, I hope so. And that's what these two cards would be indicating to me. So that's a great start. Let's go to the centre of the reading. We have the Three of Rods. This is the card of waiting for your ships to come in. And that's what I was just saying, really, that there's been a sort of stalling of the energy previously. And so you've been in this waiting for the good stuff to happen or waiting for things to get going. So that period of waiting is being crossed by the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is the card of being single. So actually, if you are a single feminine, it could be that that is changing this month potentially, because the Knight of Rods would also indicate possibly a slightly younger fire sign. So I think if you are single and you've been just busily being on your own, I have a feeling that something is going to shift this month. I think you could end up coming into some sort of connection who could be rather successful in some way, I want to say. That's even better. So this single energy could be shifting, and the negative energy, the period of waiting, is also shifting. Brilliant. What a great start. On the face of things, what's clear and obvious to you and everybody else is that you have the power. Fantastic. The aces are always divinely presented, and this ace is the gift of dynamic energy and force. Now, you might not really be fully understanding what dynamic energy and force is. It's having the ability not only to see what needs to be done, but to grasp that potential and make it happen. It's the ability to make changes, and you are being gifted that this month. And the reason I say and force is that once you grasp the dynamic energy that is available to you, then really, to quote Star Wars, the Force will be with you. So it's going to sort of propel you into a whole different realm, really, of possibilities. It's the force of momentum, if you like. So dynamic energy and momentum are going to be with you this month going forward. This is what is obvious now. So if you're listening to this reading thinking, actually, I am not feeling at all positive and nothing feels like it's going right, that is going to change. And in a way, I sort of want to guide you slightly to the outdoors here. You could be having a miserable run of weather, but it just takes for the sun to come out, even for a small spell during the day, to lift one's spirits. And that's the sort of feeling here. You're going to get a glimpse of how you can make positive changes to your life moving forward this month. And I would urge you to take that energy and make some changes with it. And what will happen is other changes will come along, bringing with them more great momentum and positive change for you. Wow, what a brilliant start. I'm so pleased about that, because I think for a lot of feminines, things have felt we're sort of a bit wading in treacle. That's going this month. In fact, in a way, that could be going this week, because wands are weeks. And I really, really want to say something about the power of nature here. And not just nature, Let's say you live somewhere quite built up and there isn't much nature around you. Flowers is really what I want to talk about. Flower power, if you want to coin a 60s phrase. Allowing yourself to feel joy in the small things in life is going to enhance your positive energy for the better, particularly this week and for the month ahead. Don't wait for anybody to buy you flowers. Buy yourself some flowers, or go and pick some flowers from your own garden. Allow the feminine energy that comes, I don't know, there's something about flowers for me that's ultra feminine. And I know there are masculines out there who like flowers as well. But for me, they're the epitome of femininity. Buying, picking, cutting, arranging flowers just purely for your own satisfaction and so that you can have something beautiful to look at will enhance your life greatly, I think. And you might be surprised by how much better you feel just from having done that small act of service for yourself, because that's going to enhance your mood. It will enhance your view, literally, because you'll be looking at something beautiful. They will have an ability to purify your surroundings. And I think you should go and get yourself some flowers. That's what I think. Yeah, I do. Right, what's hidden or in the underneath position? What is not clear to you or other people, or possibly secret? Wow, brilliant. Empress. So this is really a month to develop your own femininity. And when I say develop your femininity, probably what I really mean is enhance it in some way. A bit like I was saying about the flowers, they will enhance your environment. You need to enhance your femininity. So anything like that, maybe even dressing in a slightly more feminine way, will just feed into that overall energy. The reason that the Empress is in the underneath position is that probably for a lot of you're having to do quite a masculine job of coping in the real world, I should think. You know, a demanding job and other tasks that have to be fitted in, which means that gives you less time for you to actually revel in your femininity in a way, is sort of pushed your femininity down. Well, this is the month for trying to enhance that feminine energy so that you can fully blossom into the fabulous Empress that you are. The Empress is the epitome of femininity. She is the most feminine card in the deck. And also she's the most powerful feminine in the deck. So that's really important. The two cards I took with it, couldn't really be any better, were the Queen of Pentacles. This is the card of knowing your own worth. And in my opinion, the Queen of Pentacles is the closest queen to the Empress. This is the queen who not only provides stability for others in a financial and a supporting way, because she's the Queen of Money, but she also is the queen of your own self-involvement in a way. It's the card where knowing your own worth is really important. If you're a person who gives, your own worth has probably taken quite a big knock over the years. And the Queen of Pentacles is here to say, you know, put yourself first, as is the Empress. And actually what's come with is the Ace of Swords. This is the sword of truth. It's also the sword of victory. Now, we've already had victory once. I have picked it up to go with these two cards. And what I'm talking about now, therefore, is true. It's important that you put some focus back on you and the development of your self-worth and femininity. Yeah, what a lovely project. So, I mean, I suppose femininity is slightly different to each person, but in general terms, do things that make you feel good. This isn't something that should be hidden or kept squashed down. This is something that this month you need to take action on. And don't forget, we've already had the Ace of Wands, which is the card of taking action. We now have the Ace of Swords. You're being gifted the Sword of Truth. The truth is that you can take the dynamic energy on offer and transform yourself, or at least start to transform yourself into the very best version of femininity that you can this month. Wow, it's so powerful. It's just very exciting. In the past, yeah, well, I'm not surprised to find this here, to be honest. We have the Wounded Warrior. This is the card when you feel like you can't really take much more and everything's a struggle, and you might have been ill, you might have been tired, you might have been recovering from something fairly major. You might feel like you just absolutely can't catch up with yourself. that is in the past. Because if we add the 9 to the present ace, we get 10, which is an ending. This wounded warrior energy is ending. What's quite interesting, I think, is that this is called the wounded warrior. Now, I don't think many of you have been in a literal battle, but in the past. But I feel like there has been some sort of ongoing battle that has affected you greatly. And you don't realise it. I think for some people, it's just trying to keep, a roof over your head is what I want to say, really, for some of you. That the financial burden of trying to live as a feminine has been very difficult for you in the past. That is definitely changing, because if we look at this 9 of Pentacles, this is the card of being single, but this is the card of having everything you need. And so if in the past, financially you've been struggling, that's going to end. If in the past you've been struggling to juggle everything, to try and, keep a home and a family and a job going, that's going to end. If in the past, because don't forget at the beginning here, we had the card of victory. If in the past you've been struggling in a physical way to keep up, or you keep being ill, or you can't recover, or you're just exhausted, that's also going to change. The card of victory here, I now realise, is talking about your own personal self and health, wealth, worth. That's what that's talking about. That you are going to be coming out of this negative feeling of having been stuck in this exhausted, worn out, depleted state, and you are moving forward in a much better, happier vibration for the future. So I'm really pleased about that, because that does clarify what you're winning at, and what you're going to be winning at is feeling better in yourself, which is brilliant. In the future position, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is inner knowing. It's also an extremely feminine card, a very powerful feminine force. So we've got the 2 most powerful feminines here in the deck, and you can utilize all of this energy. The boosting of your self-worth and financial situation, along with your femininity, is going to improve your intuition for sure. But let's take a clarifier. What is the High Priestess in the future for? She definitely is improving your intuition. Okay, it's about something about building. There is something that you have started building, or something that you need to start building, something you've had an idea for. This is linking in very strongly for me with this 9 of Pentacles. I wonder if you've started on some sort of project that you need to develop, it feels like, and that could sort you out financially, because this is also a card of finances. There is some sort of inner knowing that you have of a way that can enhance your life in general, but also in a financial way, and something that you can start planning or building for a much better future for you, and probably for the people around you as well, which is brilliant. I love the 3 of Pentacles. It's not a flashy card, but it is the card of steady progress. And so that the building of a momentum is going to continue into the future, but it is linked with your ability to know what is right for you. That is really important. Take the positive energy from this reading and apply it to your life, so that you know what you need to do in order to make your life better. So you know what it is that you can do to build for a better future for yourself and your family, I think. Wow, gosh, this is... Do you know what? When I sat down to do this reading, I knew it was going to be positive before I even put the cards out. But this is feeling really big. It feels to me like there is a major turning point for all feminines out there this month. Something is changing this month, and it's so much for the better. Right, in the personal position, we have the 7 of Pentacles. This is also a card of waiting. So we're back to here, really. You know, you've been waiting for something better to come in general, and you've been waiting for finances to improve in a personal way. The Pentacles are always money. It feels to me like for a lot of the feminines recently have been shouldering the burden of financial earning, or the burden of taking care of the finances in the home. And that feels heavy. It feels like you're waiting for that to change. You need that to change. Let's have a clarify. Actually, let's just take that one. Well, great news. We've got the Two of Wands. So looking out into the future, or looking out into the world, looking further out from where you are, is going to bring a change. But I've already just said that, haven't I? I've already said we've got positive energy of winning moving forward. I've already said that there could be a younger fire sign, but this is also positive energy moving forward. I've already said that you have the Empress energy to develop for potential this month. You have the High Priestess. This is the card of innate knowing. You know how to improve your life in a personal way. It's simply now just a case of harnessing that energy. Taking the gift of knowing what you can do and taking the gift of the dynamic force at your fingertips and making a change. It's so exciting. Some of you might be transforming in a physical way as well. I feel like you're going to be improving your life in a personal way. But I think it could be your appearance, actually. Well, and I've just taken another card here. This is the Eight of Wands. This can be Cupid's arrows. So going back to the younger fire sign, you could be hearing from a younger fire sign with some free-flowing communication coming in that you're not expecting. But also, this is in general communication. I think this could also link with the High Priestess. This is allowing your intuition and your internal thought processes to actually develop. I would recommend a bit of daydreaming, actually, in order to develop yourself in the best way that you can moving forward. These could be processes too. Literally be going to a salon and things like that and having some treatments that are actually going to improve the way you feel. Maybe aromatherapy or acupuncture, even massage therapy, that sort of thing. Therapy. I feel like therapies could actually be A, helping your appearance this month, B, helping your clarity this month, and C, helping your personal joie de vivre. You need to bring back your joie de vivre, or if you're not familiar with that, joy for life. This like it's been fired at you. Come on, pick up these arrows and run with it. Let's go. You've got the energy this month to make a big change to your life. You need to put yourself first. That's the best way of putting it. And do whatever is going to enhance your life in a personal way for yourself. Could even be going on a trip. In the home position, we have the Hierophant. This talks of the establishment and sometimes a marriage. So let's see why we have the Hierophant in the home position. Well, 3 cards came, but I will take them all. We have Judgment. That is a card of waking up. We have the 5 of Cups. That is the card of feeling sad, but there is still hope in the background. And we have the Knight of Swords. This could be a fight if we're talking in energy terms, or it's also could be a younger air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So if we read these 4 cards together, it feels like some of you could feel like potentially some of the joy has gone out of your marriage or out of your living situation. It could be that some of the joy has come out of that. Now, Judgment is here to say, wake up to that fact and then have a really good look at what you actually have in front of you. Because here in the 5 of Cups, we have the joy has been kicked over. Those are the 3 cups. But the 2 of Cups, the card of true partnership, is still standing in the background. It's just that currently, if you're feeling like things have been stuck, sticky, tricky, difficult, slow, and you're losing the momentum of joy in your home and family life, things are going, don't forget, you still have the support there, is what it's saying, and that can be turned around. That's what Judgment is saying. And actually, I think that is also linking in very nicely with the 8 of Wands here. Judgment is telling you the news, and the news is that you need to take action in a swift way. You need to swiftly take some action in order to get things moving back into a positive way for you again. Because the 5 of Cups is very much a temporary card. Okay, this is not a forever card by any means. It is a temporary blip. And if things have been feeling difficult for you, sometimes it can be quite easy to blame the people we live with on how we're feeling in a personal way. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, but that is temporary. And Judgment is here to saying that the energy is flowing in a much better way, but you must put yourself first. And the putting of yourself first is the thing that is going to enhance your life and the life of the people around you. The Knight of Swords could be talking about a fight. It could be that there's been an argument that has upset you greatly and has made you feel like that you don't have the partnership anymore. As I was just saying, that is temporary. Or it could just be talking about the fact that home life has felt very difficult for you recently. But that Judgment is here to say that is changing. Judgment is an angel. This is a guided card. So you're being very strongly guided back towards yourself this month. In the hopes and fears position, well, you're fearing change or you're hoping for change. I think if you've been in a difficult, slow situation, you will not be fearing change, you're hoping for it. And change is coming. Death is an inevitable change. If you are fearing that change is coming, then that is possibly because that you know change is needed. So change, I would say, is absolutely, most definitely coming, and it is for the better. But let's just quickly clarify why we have death in the hopes and fears position. Two of Pentacles. So you've been needing change, it seems like, for the last couple of years. And this change has been gradually building until the point where it's automatically going to shift, is what that feels like for me. Two of Pentacles is a 2-year card. We've already had the Three of Pentacles here, which is a 3-year card. So if you are in a situation where things have been feeling off or difficult for the last 2 to 3 years, that is very definitely changing. This is like the infinity sign. This is a perpetual loop. This is not knowing how to improve things. Well, you don't have to worry about that because the change is coming regardless. And the outcome is, frankly, amazing. We have the 10 of Pentacles. This is the happy ever after card. Progression is always good in the tarot, and we've started with the 9 of Pentacles, which is the card of being single or feeling like you have, you're doing all of the shouldering of the financial burdens. And we have moved to the 10, which is a happy ever after, which is partnership, family, stability. It's a home. It's wealth, it's land, it's everything that you could ever possibly need. So that is brilliant news. Don't be fearing the change that's coming. The change is so much for the better. And what's come with that, we have justice. This is something that not only have you been waiting for, you deserve it. This is something that you have earned, actually, because this is the card of doing all the earning. This is something you've earned. You deserve this happy ever after, and you are getting it. Potentially it could be something to do with a Libra as well. But unbelievable, what comes with that is the Star card. The Star is the card of wishes coming true. It is the card of healing difficulties and problems. It is a balm, if you like, to soothe you with. So you've been struggling with your health, that is going to take a dramatic upturn. If you have been struggling with your finances, that is going to take a dramatic upturn. If you've been struggling in your home life to get the home life that you want, to get the feeling back of happiness in your home life, that is coming back. So this month, I mean, really, I don't think it could have been a more positive reading for the feminine energies of the month ahead. This month, the outcome is that you are getting the home life that you deserve, that you have earned, and that you have wished for. That wish is coming true. And it all stems from you being able to take and harness the dynamic energy and momentumous force that is with you this month. This is what is on offer to you, and you need to go and grasp it. Go and buy yourself some flowers and revel in your femininity this month, because that is what is going to bring you the outcome that you deserve. What a reading. I am so pleased. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. I'm looking forward to this month, I have to say. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you and your situation in the future. And if you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until the next time, this has been the Timeless Tarot. Goodbye.